This next feature is one you're probably going to use a lot, so it gets its own video. Here in the upper left, this is a sort of breadcrumb trail. You might have also noticed a breadcrumb trail on the El Camino website or other websites you've visited. Here's the breadcrumb trail on the professional development landing page. Basically, just like in the Hansel and Gretel story, a breadcrumb trail leads you back through to get to where you started. It's not always an exact replica of the route you might have taken to get there, however. In other words, it doesn't necessarily follow the trail of what you clicked. It follows the trail of how the folders are set up on the back end of the site. So, for example, to get to this department's landing page, I usually go from the main El Camino homepage to the faculty and staff page, and then to the professional development and learning landing page. But my breadcrumb trail here says homepage, administration, staff dev. If I click on administration, I get this page that we haven't seen before, but that's okay. On a simple website, the path that the breadcrumb trail follows might be the only way to get to a certain page. But on other sites, there might be lots of different ways you could arrive at a page. For example, on the El Camino site, a bunch of different departments link to our Distance Ed page. The breadcrumb trail for that page would show only one of those paths. It shows the folder hierarchy of how you would get to that page on the back end. And as you may remember from a previous video, we use the order of the folders we see in that path to wend our way down through the directory right to the page we need to get to. So again, back in OU Campus, to get to the Professional Development and Learning landing page, I go to Administration, then Staff Dev, then Index. And here I see that same breadcrumb trail. This cute little house icon takes you back home, right to the top of the directory. So if you've ever gone too deep somewhere down a path, you can always click on that house icon and it'll take you back to the bird's eye view of everything, and you can start over digging down into the folders. But you don't always have to start over from the top. What's great about this feature is that these breadcrumbs are links. So if I had gone all the way into administration, staff dev, FIP, resources, and realized I actually wanted a different spot in the FIP section, I wouldn't have to use the house icon to start all over. I could back up just one folder if I wanted to back into FIP. Or I could have backed up directly into staff dev, jumping 2 folders at once. After you get used to the breadcrumb feature, you'll find that it can save you a bunch of time.